Welcome back everyone. In this video we will solve one of the classic coding challenges that is often given at big companies like Microsoft and Google. This is a fairly simple question, so it is often given, as in like on phone interview. The palindrome. But let's have a look at the direction first for the question. So that the idea behind a palindrome is that we should be able to reverse a string, and if the reversed string is equal to the original one, then that word is a palindrome. Otherwise, it is not. For example, if we take a look at the string ABBA and we reverse it, then we would have a string ABBA. This is the reverse form of the original string, so therefore in the function we should return true. However, for the string ABCDFG, if we reverse that, we will end up with a string GFEDCBA. This is obviously not equal to the original string, so we would say that this is not a palindrome. Please pause the video and take 10 to 15 minutes to solve the problem, before I'll go over it. Well, remember, there's no way to solve a problem, so if you came up with a different solution than mine, it's totally fine. So in this solution, we're going to make use of the every array helper. We will take a string and we will turn it into an array, and then we will use the every helper on it. The every helper function is used to do a boolean check on every element within the array. For example, if we have an array of 3 elements, 0, 10, 14, we want to ask a question: if every single value in there is greater than 5, we can write some code that looks like this right here. We will call every function on the array, then we will pass in a function to invoke every element within the array. So the first time this function is executed, we will pass it in the first element as val. We will check to see if 0 is greater than 5. In this case it is not, so we would return false from this statement right here. If any function returns false, then the overall expression will return false as well. However, if every function returns true for all the elements, then the overall expression will also return true. I bet you will be able to have some idea of how we can use this helper function to check if we have a palindrome. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let's imagine this is an array of characters we are working with. We are going to take the first element, which is A, and then compare it with the element at the very end, and if the two are equal, then we will return true. Then for the next element, we will take it, compare to the second last element. We will compare the two, say are they the same? Okay. We will repeat the entire process throughout the array. And let's see, for C, we will compare it to itself. So let's go back to the editor. The first thing we're going to do, we have to turn the string into an array, because the string do not have access to the every helper function. It is only for the arrays. Then we'll call the string dot split, pass the empty string, and then call the every helper. The first argument in the every helper is each character in the array. The second argument is the index of the element we are currently iterating over, which is I. The first time this inner function is called, I will be equal to 0 because we're operating on the first element of the array. So now inside here, we can return a comparison between the current element and the mirrored element on the other side of the array. But how do we get the mirrored element on the other side of the array? It is not really that bad. Let's have a look right here. We can access the last element at the length of the array minus 1. As you can see, we start out at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we want to access the last element, we take the length of the array, which is 5, minus 1. So long story short, all we have to do is to look at the string dot length minus I minus 1. And the last thing we have to do is to make sure to return the result of the every helper function call. I think we are ready to test this. Okay, let's test the first string AA B BA. The function should return false. As you can see, it did return false as expected. How about ABBA? The function should return true. There it is. Cool. There has been a very good solution. Let's look at the next problem in the next video.